It's 7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. If you'll stand, we'll be led in prayer by Commissioner Mark Thomas.
Let us pray. Our most gracious and kind Heavenly Father, we just come to you tonight giving you all the glory, honor, and thanks in everything that we do. Father, we just ask that you go with us and you lead us and guide us and direct us. Forgive us where we have failed you. And Father, just give us good direction about our business tonight and forthcoming. Father, most of all, we thank you for your Son, Jesus. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
All right, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The meeting now officially be opened by Sheriff Austin Swing.
Hear ye, the Bedford County Board of Commissioners is now in session. The Honorable Mayor Chad Graham presiding.
Thank you. Please. All right. Roll call by the County Clerk, Donna Thomas.
Commissioner Anderson,
Here.
Commissioner Brothers,
Here.
Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Castleman, Commissioner Epperson,
Here.
Commissioner Fair,
Here.
Commissioner Ferris,
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher,
Present.
Commissioner Pinson,
Here.
Commissioner Jason Sanders,
Here.
Commissioner Julie Sanders,
Here.
Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Sweeney, Commissioner Adam Thomas,
Here.
Commissioner Mark Thomas,
Here.
Commissioner Vic,
Here.
Commissioner Yaki, 16 present, 1 absent.
All right. First item on the agenda is the minutes approval from the September 14th meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Motion is second. Any discussion or correction? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Next item on the agenda is electric of the notaries for November.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? All right. Moving on. Nothing under presentations. Next item is resolutions. Resolution 2135, the Tennessee State Industrial Access Program application. They refer to this as a SIA grant through TDOT. This was put on the agenda for an opportunity. The Highway Superintendent, Mark Clanton, has worked with TDOT for an opportunity to put road system into the industrial park that the city and county both will benefit from. So this will grant us the opportunity to do the application.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right, motion is second. Is there any comments or questions? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is Resolution 2136.
Mr. Mayor, or Mr. Chairperson, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to take this off of the agenda. We don't need to do this in order to move on with the redistricting, so I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, motion is second. We're open for discussion. Commissioner Mark Thomas.
She was asking me who seconded.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a comment. Does anyone have a comment or question? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right. So next item on the agenda under Rules and Legislative Committee is the appointment of the District 1 Commissioner seat to be filled. When we have a vacancy of commissioner, the rule says that we take nominations from the floor of the commission. Each commissioner has the opportunity to put one name forward, and then it will be up for vote from there. Commissioner Gallagher.
I'd like to nominate Bobby Fox, please.
Second.
All right. I'm not sure a second's required, but other nominations from the floor? Commissioner
Mr. Eric Maddox.
Eric Maddox. All right. Is there any other names to be put forward? Hearing none, we'll close the nominations, and there's two names. When your name's called, vote for which individual you would prefer.
Commissioner Gallagher,
Bobby Fox.
Commissioner Adam Thomas,
Mr. Maddox.
Commissioner Vick,
Mr. Fox.
Commissioner Pinson,
Mr. Fox.
Commissioner Brothers,
Mr. Fox.
Commissioner Epperson,
Mr. Fox.
Commissioner Ferris,
Mr. Fox.
Commissioner Yockey,
Bobby Fox.
Commissioner Jason Sanders,
Mr. Fox.
Commissioner Anderson,
Mr. Maddox.
Commissioner Julie Sanders,
Bobby Fox.
Commissioner Tony Smith,
Bobby Fox.
Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Castleman, Commissioner Farrer,
Bobby Fox.
Commissioner Mark Thomas,
Bobby Fox.
14 votes for Fox, 2 for Maddox.
All right, that is over the threshold of 10, so if the new Commissioner Bobby Fox will come up, we'll swear you in and you can take your seat, sir.
Mr. Chairman, could I say something real quick?
Yes, you may, I'm sorry.
I would like to tell Mr. Maddox that I would like to encourage him to please run again, that Mr. Fox has, or to run, that Mr. Fox has said he is not going to run, that he's just filling this vacancy. And I think we all felt like that you just didn't have enough time to learn anything in this short amount of few months before we have to all be reelected. So I'd certainly encourage you. I'd like to see you fill this seat, and I hope that you will run.
All right, any other comment before we do the swearing in? Okay, are you ready?
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bobby Fox. Do solemnly swear. That I will perform with fidelity. The duties of the office. To which I have been elected. Or appointed. And which I am about to assume. I do solemnly swear. To support the constitutions of Tennessee. And the United States. And to faithfully perform. The duties of the office of County Commissioner. Representing the First District of Bedford County, Tennessee. Congratulations. You'll sign on the line here. To the mayor.
Where'd I sign?
Too late to back out now.
You sign that and I'll file it for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, so are we seated and ready? Are you ready? Okay, all right. Next item on the agenda is under Courthouse and Property Committee, Surplus Harris School Gym.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second, we're open for discussion. All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Next item is under Financial Management Committee. There's surplus from the Southside Elementary. It's technology equipment.
Motion approved. Second.
All right. Motion is second. Any discussion? Bill and Adam. What's it? All right. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The next item under Financial Management is the Bedford County EMS bad debt write-off.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
All right. Motion and a second. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So this is quarterly report night, and I know we've got several in the audience, and I see we even have our school board members here tonight, so thank you for coming and participating. All right, first, clerk and master, and I don't believe he's present. So we'll move on to the circuit court clerk. I believe had a conflict tonight. The county clerk, I believe, is here.
I am here. Okay, you can see my one-page report there. I'll just give you the bottom line. Revenue for Bedford County collected this first quarter, $195,500. Total it's very interesting. Total transactions this first quarter are down 5%, but revenue for Bedford County is up 2%. So I guess that's all that matters. The word of the day is new metal. You've probably seen that the governor put forth some designs for the public to vote on as far as new license plates for Tennessee to be available January 3rd, 2022. State statute provides for every 8 years there to be a new design, a new metal, if the funds are there. In 2014, they skipped it because of finances. So 2022, that is going to happen. So if just so you know, if you're interested in seeing the new design, you can Google it. You can go to my Facebook page. I've got it out there, what was selected. And they started on Monday producing them. But they won't be available to be assigned to vehicles until January the 3rd. So that's all I've got.
All right, any questions? All right. Next, I believe, is the Director of Schools, and I know she's present.
Good evening. Thank you for having me tonight. Since I was here last, we had a report. I would like to report lots of scores that we have received. The achievement scores and growth scores came out since the last quarterly report. On the achievement scores, we still have some work to do. Our goal will be to reach the state average. In English language arts, we were 23.5% proficient. The state average is 29.8%. In math, we were 22.7% proficient. State average is 25.9%. In social studies, we were 24.1%. The state average is 36.7% proficient. And in science, we were at 25.4% proficient. The state average is 38.3%. That is achievement. Our economically disadvantaged students was a struggle. It was 12.8% proficient. And our ELL students was another challenge for us, 9.4% proficient. So our goal, and the schools know our goal, is to exceed the state average at our next testing cycle. We did score very well in growth. The state does achievement. That's how you perform against standards. And then growth was how much you grow compared to a cohort of the same students who scored similarly in the prior testing period. We had a composite for our system of 5. It's on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best. We had 9 level 5 schools out of 14. We had 3 schools who scored a 1, and we had 1 school a 2, and Thomas Magnet scored a 4. The 1s were Southside, Aiken, and Cascade High School. The 2 was Eastside, and the rest were all 5s. We had 1 school that was a Tennessee Reward School. If you get in the top 5%, that was Cascade Elementary, so we would like to celebrate that. One thing that we really want to work on is our ready graduate, those students who are ready for college or careers. Our score right now is 29.6%. We are working really hard to see if we can redesign our high schools to improve that average. Our graduation rate was 91.9%. Our success rate, that's how we scored on all tests that were given, was 23.1 compared to the state average of 27.8%. So we would really like to exceed the state in all areas and maintain our level 5 growth. So we really feel that that is an attainable goal, and that's what we are shooting for. Another piece of information that we received recently, the Bedford County per pupil expenditure, what we are spending per student, is $8,264. The state average is $9,694. Last time you guys asked me about our population of Hispanic students and economically disadvantaged. So right now we have 27.2% of our students who are Hispanic students and 32.9% economically disadvantaged. And the Hispanic, the comparison to the state average is about 12%. So I wanted to give you those numbers tonight. As well as update you on our capital projects. Community Wing, we did receive pre-approval this week for our construction project with ESSER. We are still awaiting the money approval. So hopefully that we are on the right track to being able to start that. We are ready to go as soon as the state gives us the approval. The other thing that we are looking and negotiating land for a new elementary school. We do have about 750 students in portables. If we are able to work out this land and move forward with a new school, it is our intent to get the students out of portables at Eastside and Aiken, and then move forward later on with trying to get them out of Southside with a plan as well. And that is my report.
Commissioner Anderson.
Dr. Carey, let me ask you a quick question. Some of the commissioners may not know this, but I traveled and sold to schools for, I don't know, 25, 30 years in 4 states. That was my business. And I've never seen an elementary school built on 20 acres. My question to you is, when we're looking at land, why are we looking at 20 acres for an elementary? A high school, I get it. Football fields, other things. But for an elementary, wouldn't 10 or 15 acres, or more like 10 acres, do any elementary school and have plenty of room? Can you address that for me?
One of the things that we have to rely on our architect to design the building, to design the parking, and we have asked him, and he says that 20 is what we need for an elementary school from what he has seen across the state.
From you coming from Rutherford County, do you ever remember any of those elementary schools having 20 acres? I don't.
I cannot remember. I'm sorry. I know they build them in subdivisions and things, but I cannot remember the acreage.
I'm by no means any kind of a contractor, but I do know in land development now you have to have retention ponds, drainage, and all that has to be done. When in the 50s and 60s and 70s, we didn't have to do those kind of things. You let the water go wherever it wanted to go at that point, but now you have to contain that water in slow release.
Thank you.
Any other? Yes,
I
Commissioner.
would like to compliment Dr. Garrett for her participation of 645 students. They all of those elementary 4th graders came to the American Mule Show. Well done, well behaved, and the teachers, they had a great time, and thank you for allowing that.
Thank you for putting that on. The students and teachers had an absolute blast.
Thank you.
Commissioner Vick.
Superintendent, thank you so much. I know these are challenging times, but you are seeing progress, and I think for the first time we're seeing progress on our scores here, and you inherited a tough job, and you're making the best of it, and our numbers are going up, and so a job well done, and thank you for being here for us.
Well, thank you. I am loving my job. I love Bedford County. The people have been amazing to me. We are making progress. The teachers worked very hard in a year that was challenging, and they came out on top. One of the things that I think attributes to our scores and the progress we made last year is we remained in school. And some people did not, and we have worked really hard this year to remain in school and do everything that we can to keep kids safe, but give them an education. I think that contributes to the results that you have seen.
Absolutely. Any other comments?
I would like to thank you for coming tonight and the others who do come, just in case we have questions, because a lot of times there's some that we never see here, and maybe the new commissioners don't even know the faces of the people that are giving the reports because they don't come. So the ones that do come every quarter and that we can ask questions to or come to give a report, I appreciate you guys coming.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the opportunity. You guys invest in a lot in education, and we want to show you what you're getting for your money. So thank you for inviting me.
All right. Any other? Thank you so much. All right. Next was elections, and she had a conflict. Actually, I think she wasn't feeling well. Highway Superintendent's present.
Good evening, everyone. I think y'all have a copy of my report. I want to start out with just giving my crews a little kudo. Since I took office in February of 2019, my crews have done 7,500 individual citizen projects for the community so far, which equates to about 16 projects a day for a very short staff that I have at the highway department. So I'm gonna give those guys a big kudos, because they're out there doing that work. The next thing, we will be paving new Center Church Road, hopefully in the next 3 to 4 weeks with the state aid project money. Be somewhere in the neighborhood of a little bit over 600,000 that we'll be paving and redoing that road there. We have already completed this fiscal year. We've already completed 13 roads on chip seal and oil chipping on the roads for about 17 and a half miles for this fiscal year so far. Been working with TDOT. Thank you for approving the State Industrial Access Resolution a while ago. That's going to be a big asset, I think, to the community and to the industrial park and for everything that's going forward. That project alone, which you have it in your packet, is a little bit over $4 million that TDOT has give here with no local dollars matching for anything on that. So thank y'all for approving that on that part. I'm also working with TDOT on 231 and 82 and Edie Road intersection there, where there's been a lot of accidents over the years. It is in a process right now with TDOT going to probably look at putting a signal there that will be where traffic will have to stop and go, and they think that will be a very good thing for the community, and try to save some lives maybe in the future for that section there. We've been working at the industrial park. My crews have. We've done a little clearing and cleaning and doing some mowing there. I'll let you know that. We've also just had our regular maintenance stuff, pothole patching, things like that. One thing that is not on your report that I added to my report, I forgot to put it in there, so I apologize. TDOT is coming in with about $250,000 worth of safety projects. Those projects will be like restriping roads, putting new signage up on different roads inside the community. Those roads will be Midland Road, Nashville Dirt Road, Hilltop, Old Flat Creek Road, Unionville Deason Road, Gant Road, and Bethlehem Church Road. So that'll be the roads that they'll be working on. That will probably happen sometime in the spring. The solid waste side, the center tonnage is still going up. We're still getting a lot of traffic in our convenience centers, which we've been doing really well trying to keep that going. Everything seems like it's flowing pretty well right now with all of our centers. Our new tire disposal contractor that we just got 2 months ago has worked out very well. It's saving us a little money on that part as far as our tire disposals. The new compactors that y'all approved in this year's budget, those will be installed in the first week of December this year. So thank you also for doing that. That's what I have.
Any questions, Commissioner Anderson?
Once again, I'm going to thank you on behalf of the Bedford County Ag Center and the Ag Board. Again, we had an issue with the tractor out there where we were leaking hydraulic fluid, and your guys came through again and fixed it for us, and we just cannot thank you enough for all you've done for us out there. And we just can't thank you and your guys enough for that, and the great job you've done. Every time we've asked you for anything, you've done it, and we're all on the same team, I get it, but you all have gone out of the way for us, and thank you for the tractor thing. We really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate that comment. I will pass it on to my guys.
All right. Commissioner Yaki?
Were we gonna take the old compactors and do cardboard with them?
That is the plan right now. I'm not real sure. Once we get them out and stuff, we'll come up with a plan, and I'll bring it before y'all and let y'all approve what you want to do at that point. Once we see how many of them we think is going to be good and operational, it'll last a pretty good while too.
That's one of the worst complaints, is the cardboard fills up in a day.
We get that a lot. It's almost 3 days. They're open. They're usually full by that point.
Any other comments? He is also working on for those that came to the study session when we talked about some of the challenges of solid waste and some of the reconfiguration. Those are in process. He's working those, and so we hope that these actions will actually help not only with cardboard, but managing waste and being sure they can stay open the entire time.
Yes.
Due to the amount. So we have new containers coming where they'll be able to be changed out to manage that till the next business day, correct?
Correct.
All right. Any other comments?
I've been hearing some good feedback on being open for the 3 hours on Wednesdays. I've been hearing some good feedback on that. So.
Yeah, that's been a huge success. So thank y'all for approving to do that. I think that was the right move to make. It really didn't make a lot of sense why you shut down for 3 hours like that right there. And I appreciate y'all voting to pay that overtime for those guys. To me, it's just a customer service venue that we're doing there. So
I've not heard anything but good stuff about that. So.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mark. All right, next is property assessor. I believe Rhonda Clanton is here.
Well, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Bedford County is busting at the seams. It's a crazy time right now with values. We just had our reappraisal. We're already low on values, some of them astronomical. Why they're paying what they're paying, I don't understand it, but they're getting those kind of dollars for it. And the transfers, we're up almost 2,000 transfers, and personal property, we're getting ready to go into that season, so that's a busy time for us, getting everything out to businesses. We have almost 2,000 that we send out for that. I have to say thank you to my staff. They are spread thin, and they're still going. I've got people doing jobs that they don't typically do, but they're willing to get in there and help because we are short-staffed with everything that's going on like everybody else. So I have to say thank you to them. We're keeping everything going and our head above water right now, so if anybody has any questions.
All right, thank you so much. Register of Deeds, Johnny Reed.
Well, as Rhonda said, we are busting at the seams, and as my report shows, 4,097 documents this last quarter. We have took off this first quarter just like we ended the last four. We are still extremely busy. Mr. Bobo, he's helping push a lot of that through his office, and we appreciate that. It's just it's a growing time, and you notice by the traffic, and as you were out around the county, look at all the new homes being built. There's houses that's in places it never has been before because they used to couldn't build there, but now you can. Can't answer that question, but anyhow it is. And one thing I want to add tonight is John has helped us with the website. If you'll go to the Bedford County website, Welcome Bedford County, click on the government on the top left. Go down to the Register of Deeds office and click on that. Scroll down at the bottom of that and you'll come up with Property Fraud Alert. That Property Fraud Alert will take you to a screen. You have to agree to it. Then the second screen will come up. You fill in your name, first name, last name. You put in your email. If your spouse has an email, they can do theirs separate, but it has to be one at a time. And what this does, you will immediately get a fraud alert from BIS, our computer folks, that you have signed up. After that sign up, if a name comes by that's close to yours, you will get an email fraud alert. If you've got a mortgage or you've bought something, sold something, and you get that alert, it shouldn't upset you because you know you made that transaction. If you get that alert and you haven't done that, then you need to call us and we'll search into it, and you may have to go see Mr. Bobo there. But it is free to the citizens of Bedford County, and it is a new program, and we're hoping to get that kicked off publicly in November, and that's coming soon to help out our folks, because during all this trying time during COVID and other situations, there's all kinds of cyber attacks and people trying to steal your property. One other thing I would add is some of our homeowners across the county are getting letters from companies wherever they're from. They're saying we will buy your property for X amount of dollars. It's about a third of what your property's worth, but if you sign that and send it back, you're in trouble. So when in doubt, throw it out, and if you don't know, call us, and we'll help you out the best we can. And if we can't help you, we'll go even higher. So that's all my report.
All right, any comments or questions? Thank you. All right, and I believe last, and I told her I was going to make her first, but it didn't work out. The trustee, Tanya Davis.
Okay, I'm going to make mine short. Really am. It's because I had a lot of percentage and numbers on that year end that I was excited about. But yes, and I won't even open my report because that first sheet's going to be your balance sheet. There's no summary sheet for our year end. The current and prior taxes are going to be in your next 2 pages. Holding steady, priors are up about a little over $65,000, which is a good sign. You're going to see the LGIP and also the grant account and the interest there. The mixed drink that comes from the city, and then archives, how it's aggregated. Commissioner Thomas asked, so I just continue that report with the archives. Sales tax, that's going to include the out-of-state, the percentage per city. When I'm asked to do something, I can't let it go. I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm going to go further and beyond. You're going to see worksheets. You're going to see percentages per cities, worksheet out-of-state sales tax allegation, and then your county local sales tax. So that being said, sales tax steadily increase, and you'll see those percentages on the very last. That was asked by Commissioner Gregg, so I do keep that in there because once I've already got the spreadsheet and I just have to add to it, and that kind of gives you a perspective of our out-of-state internet and our local option sales taxes. I am ditto with this growing times, and I'm going to express a deep appreciation, and she's not going to be called, she doesn't want to be called out, but the assessor of property. I have my fellow trustees from 95 counties calling, how do you get your taxes out that early? I do because I have an assessor is willing to shut down, manually continue adding, so we can get these taxes out. This helps our community, this helps our elderly, our disabled, our veterans, gives them a longer period of time to come in and make the partial taxes, or partial payments. Our office could not do that if it was not our assessor that was willing and going above and beyond, adding more work to her staff and herself to do that for the community. So, thank you, Rhonda. Any questions?
Any questions for the trustee? Thank you for your detailed reports.
We are in a cleanup time. We're trying to find these new owners, so,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Next is announcements. I need to, for the record, point out to you that in your packet, you should find a Bedford County 2021 debt report. We're obligated to acknowledge that. It doesn't require action, but it is required to be on the minutes, and so it is in your packet for review. And of course, our finance department will be happy to discuss any piece of that with you. Is there any other announcements?
Mayor,
Commissioner Gallagher.
I just wanted to express my appreciation to the commission for the beautiful arrangement of flowers that were sent to my mother's funeral. My family appreciated it greatly. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, Commissioner Gregg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, on October 21st, here in this auditorium, we'll have our educational summit that we've been working on, Commissioner Yockey and myself, for the past several months. Our director of school, Dr. Garrett, has just been phenomenal helping us on this. We have a full contingent of people to talk about how we're going to develop our own pipeline and workforce here with the school system. We have the former executive director of the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, Mike Krause, is going to be the facilitator. You should have invitations to all the county commissioners and the city's elected officials. We have, Dr. Garrett has been kind enough to bring in all of the high school and middle school teachers here, so we'll have a huge audience of about anywhere from 300 to 450 people. We're going to stream it on live stream it here with the county and some people. So it's going to be this starts at I think 9:15. It's over at 11 o'clock, and we have a special room for commissioners if we have and guests that have a cup of coffee there with us. So I would really encourage you to be here. It's really going to be informational, and the mayor, thank you for helping with us put this together.
I think 8:15. Not 9:15, does that sound right? Is it 8 or 9? Come early and you'll have something to eat, I guess. Okay. We'll clear that up. You should get an actual invitation from us, correct? All right. Any other comments, announcements? Motion to adjourn?